Hello, YouTube. It's Nathan again, coming to you to do another 90-day Fiancé recap. We are on episode 4. We're 4 weeks into the new season of 90-Day Fiancé, and I feel like it's been a good one so far. Before we get into the video, I just wanted to be the last to wish all the mothers and happy belated Mother's Day. Hope all you mothers had a great Mother's Day yesterday, and God bless you for all that you do about being a mother. So today's episode, last night's episode of 90 Day Fiancé, we got to meet the final couple of the season, and everybody else is still settling in one day in America. So we're gonna start with where we left off last week with Ari and Benny. So basically, if you remember last week with Ari and Benny, Benny had told his family that he got his K1 visa and he's moving to America like tomorrow. And it didn't go well with Benny's sisters, Mimi and Wish. And if you remember last week, Wish threw a wine glass in Ari's face, which irritated Ari. So this episode with Ari and Benny, they're trying to get to America. But Benny, the one thing Benny said that he wanted was peace. Between Ari and his sisters. And, so he meets up with his sisters to talk about it. His sister says, good luck in America. We pray for you. If something happens, please come back or whatever. But what Benny wants is still them and Ari to get along before they leave. And so, the sisters do come to the airport to say goodbye, but when Ari sees them, she shrugs them off and be like, I don't want to see them. We had too much drama yesterday. I'm over it. Let's just go. So they were packing up the van to go to the airport, and the sisters wanted to say goodbye to Avi, Ari Benny's son. And when Ari found out, she was like, no, it's too cold. No. So again, the sisters are upset and everything, and they tried to play victim, because that is their nephew, and they do feel like that Avi was one of their kids. But after what they did, you can't throw wine at your sister-in-law's face. You just don't do that, and that's gonna put a damper on everything. So as the mother of the child, she has the right, I know, like I said, I know that's their nephew, but if that didn't happen, I feel like Ari probably would have let him see the baby before they left. But she was just like, I'm over it, let's just go. And Benny was just like, okay, we just gotta go. So that's basically what we've seen of Ari and Benny. We didn't see much. We're just them talking, trying to work things out before they leave and stuff. But Ari's just not having it. She's just like, let's get to America and forget about it. So next, we've seen, now this is probably the best scene in the whole episode. Emily and Kobe. Okay, so their opening scene, they had their little date night, and we got to see more of Kobe, a little bit more than I would have liked to see out of him after their nice little date night in the morning after. We know he's an underwear model, but yeah, it was just a little too much to see. I don't know why TLC decided to show that, but they had their date night, so now they're gonna have to go finally meet Kobe's son, Coben. So this was the best scene that we're probably gonna see all season, at least until the weddings. And they get back to Emily's house, and they have all signs that says welcome Kobe. It has all pictures of Coben hanging out on the outside. And as soon as they walk into the door and he sees his son, Kobe just starts crying. He is just so excited he finally gets to meet his son. It was just a beautiful moment. Now the son didn't really want to go to him. He just he's still getting milk from the mother, from Emily and stuff. So, it's going to take a while. And he even said, it's going to take a while because I haven't been there for 17 months. But so I got a lot to do to prove myself and for him to get comfortable. But it was just a nice moment. seeing him so happy and so emotional when he got to see his son. That was such a great moment, and I hope that he does what he says that he's going to do when it comes to COVID, be a great father, and I hope him and Emily can work out because so far they're the couple I feel like everybody's rooting on, Emily and Kobe. So I hope they do well when it comes to that. But it was such an emotional scene seeing that. I almost even teared up by seeing that. So congrats to Emily and Kobe getting to America and finally meeting his son. Next, we see Kara and Guillermo. So Kara and Guillermo, they're traveling through Virginia and stuff, and Guillermo's getting his first taste of America. They get back to the house, and I don't know how the tables turn, but Guillermo said that he wanted a laptop. And I guess the laptop cost $1,000 that he wanted, but he just wanted some kind of laptop, like for his own or whatever. And Kara saying, "You never used a laptop before," and he was like, "Yes, I did for certain things." And then they got into like a big like financial argument over him getting a laptop. She was like, "You could just use my laptop." But Guillermo was just like, "No, I don't want to use your laptop because if something happens or something breaks, you're going to blame me and we're going to have a big fight about it. And I don't want that. I want my own." And so, yeah, the argument I felt like was kind of stupid because, Kara said that they're on a $6,000 budget and, the laptop costs $1,000. But I was just thinking, what kind of laptop does he want that costs $1,000? I know they're not cheap, but my laptop didn't cost $1,000, not even close, and mine is a good one. So, that argument on day one took a wrong turn there, arguing over a laptop. And I understand they're budgeting because Kara said that she's trying to save everything. They got prepared for the wedding. Guillermo's not going to be working until he gets his green card and stuff, so they're trying to save everything up in just case of emergency, and they don't want to take nothing out prior. And I get that, but again, like I said, what laptop does he want that costs $1,000 and you got $6,000? So I'm not sure why that was such a big deal. But that's all we saw from Emily and Guillermo. Like I said, they're still my favorite couple so far. I like them. I hope they do well. Everybody's still getting on Guillermo because he's so young. He's 23. And everybody keeps calling him a baby. I'm like, stop calling him a baby. He's 23 years old. Kara is 29 years old. They're only 6 years difference, and it's not a big deal. Stop calling Guillermo a baby, and he may come off, I can see in his tone of his voice when he was arguing about the laptop, but he's just not going to put up with, being treated like a kid, because he's going to feel like in his marriage and in his relationship, that he's going to be treated like a kid. So I feel him on that. So I don't see why that they're torturing him like that. So, but he is a grown man, so he needs to be treated like a grown man, and I think he's responsible enough to do so. But you just never know. And next we saw Shida and Bilal and Shida. So as we all know, Bilal pranked Shida going to their childhood home that was just a mess and stuff. And then last episode, he brought her to the new home, to the real home, and she's so happy. So she's so happy and all that. So Bilal's mom and sisters come over, and they had a nice little family dinner. And they talked about kids. Now, Bilal already has kids, but Shida's 37, and she doesn't have any kids, and she wants kids. And, Bilal kind of walked around the conversation a little bit. He tried to turn everything back on Shida, saying that, she's just, we only spent 9 days together at this point now. We don't know. In a perfect world, I would like 2 guys and 2 girls and all that, but she's this, and that. And, Shida was upset that he was going around with that, but, so I know that's going to be an argument coming up, but But at the family dinner, Bilal's family did know about the prank, and they did say, and they asked her how to go, and Shida was honest with them. She's like, I was like, you brought me from Trinidad to this, and then they all looked at her like, that's what you said, and I'm like, yeah, and then they just started laughing about it, but. I think they're just like, when she said that, probably like, I don't know. But yeah, so now the conversation is just about kids and stuff, and they got to work on the relationship. It takes time, so I feel like I know when people, we just see this on 90 Day Fiance so much. Like as soon as the foreign person gets here, they always get grilled by the in-laws. Like, what are your intentions? What are you gonna do for work? What are your intentions? How are you gonna make money? When do you want kids? Why do you want kids? Blah blah blah. I'm like, let the person breathe. It's only for them. It's only day 2 and everything. Let them breathe. Let them continue to get to know each other. They'll talk. All those important conversations will come in time, but just let them breathe. Let them get accustomed to. They're in a different country. They left their whole family, their home country, to come here, and they didn't come here for all of that. They come here to be with their spouse and live a happy life. Yes, it takes time and money, but that's what they signed up for. So that was Bilal and Shida. Next, we got to see and hear Jabri and Miona. Now this was an interesting day with them. So Jabri's mother had said that they have to cook dinner for the family that night. So Jabri and Miana go into town in South Dakota in Rapid City to go grocery shopping, and this was Miana's first time grocery shopping in America. She was seeing things that didn't look right. How the apples and bananas looked and stuff, and then she said something about wax on the fruit and stuff. It's just stuff that she's just not used to Serbia and stuff. So they went out, and she said she wanted to try some corn dogs, but Jabri didn't like. Nah, I don't think we should have corn dogs or whatever. So they bought some chicken Alfredo. They come back and start cooking. While they're cooking, they get into an argument about Jabri's best friend David. Apparently, after one day when they were in Serbia, David didn't really like Miona, and they were talking about the conversation, and Miona was just like, you can't be judging me. He can't be judging me after one day. I guess that day wasn't a good day. And, and Jabri was talking about that band getting back together and everything and stuff, and, and Miana's just still wanting already to get out of South Dakota. Like I said, she wants to live in Los Angeles. She wants to live in a beach town and everything. And Jabri is just like, we need to get money. We got to pay for the wedding. We got to see how my band is doing. We got a lot to do before we can get out of here. She just needs to be patient and stuff. And they were just going on and on and on and that, but she was saying she doesn't want David or the band to come into their relationship. And and Jabri was like, well, that's my family too. And Miana's like, well, you're my family. And like, yeah. So like, it's I don't know what Jabri is just trying to like. Jabri sounds like he wants his cake and eat it too. I mean, they both do, but certain things come for certain sacrifices. And when you have a foreign girl on a 90-day K1 visa in America in a different country, you're just trying to you got to make her happy. And I know you're gonna do what you can, but you're not gonna be able to please everybody. And I think Jabri wants to please everybody, but it's just not gonna work. So anyway, while they're cooking, they decided to do it half around it. So they didn't. So they come to the dinner table and eat the chicken Alfredo. They basically just put it in the microwave and pretended that they fully cooked it. And Jabri's mom and stepdad were just like, this isn't that good. And Jabri's like, if it's not good, don't eat it. And, they just started making a joke about it and stuff. And he got kind of offended, but they both kind of got offended by that. But Jabri's stepfather say, "Listen, okay, y'all did the best y'all could. It was the thought that counts. We appreciate you guys for doing this for us. Like, we'll relax about it." So Jabri and Miona, yeah, so far it's been a lot of complaining on Miona's side, and naiveness out of Jabri's side so far. So I'm kind of worried about them from the start. So we'll see how these 90 days go. But so far, like, I just think that Miana needs to be a little bit more patient, and Jabri needs to see a little bit from her point of view, other than moving out of South Dakota right out the gate. And last but not least, we met a new couple today in this episode. Their name was Patrick and Thais. Patrick, he's from Texas. He is a weightlifter. Apparently, back in 2012, he was about to compete in the 2012 Olympics, but he had a performance substance in him, and he got banned, and he tested positive twice for performance enhancing. So his weightlifting career ended because of that. So I'm like, really smooth, buddy. He's a really big guy, like lifting, probably like benching like 700 pounds and stuff. Like, and he's probably, I think he had mentioned that he was like top like in the country of being like one of the strongest men in the country and stuff. But he threw that all away because of bad choices. So he had to live with that for the rest of his life. So anyway, he lives with his brother John. His brother John is just like a bachelor pad. They're like partying and everything. But one day, Patrick was in Brazil, and he changed his location, and he met this girl named Theus, and Theus is from Brazil. They met, they hung out, they like each other. She speaks Portuguese, very little English. So they talk, and she's coming to America in 5 days, and she was like, "Why?" And while they were talking, they heard John and his buddies in the background screaming, and she was like, "Why are they screaming? Like, I'm not coming there to live with him and stuff." And so now Patrick is in the middle of it. He's just like, we'll work it out. And the brother John was like, "I'm not gonna be too bad for you." But everybody was like, how is she telling them what to do when she don't even live there? I mean, even if she's coming, it's their house. I agree with that, but she doesn't want to come to America if they're going to be living with a brother who's just out of control. So then later in the scene, they go to the bar. Him and John get to the bar, and they had a big conversation with other bar members about the communication. Apparently, Thais is a jealous person, like, and wants to know where he's at all the time. They have to check in, like, kind of like what happened with Gina and Jasmine and Angela and Michael. They got to learn where everywhere. She needs to know where he's at all times. Apparently, with his job, he had to like sometimes work with a girl, and I guess Thais got really upset, and he's not allowed to, and doesn't want him co-working with another girl. And I'm like, here we go again. Like, I'm sorry, I don't like relationships like that where you can't even work with the opposite sex without the partner getting jealous. I know things have happened when it comes to that, but when it's work, it's just work. There's no hanky panky or anything. So they had a big discussion at the bar about it, but he said that when she comes to America, that's all gonna change. So they look like they're gonna be a cute couple, but I know when she comes to America, she's not gonna like the fact that he's living with the brother, and I feel like the brother is going to cause a lot of problems in their relationship, and she might be going back to Brazil if it doesn't work out. So we'll see how that goes. All right, y'all, that was this week's episode of 90 Day Fiancé. We met all the couples now. We did not see Eve and Muhammad. We'll probably see them again next week. But yeah, we met every couple. We're getting down to We're getting down to the good stuff. There's still a lot to come, and I can't wait what future episodes hold. So thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Be sure to check back on my channel on Thursday when I recap the decision day for 90 Day for Married at First Sight, season 14 in Boston. And I'll just do like a little quick season recap and discuss decision day and go from there. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.